Your subjugation by miseducation is clearly evident within the Albion Zodiac. I make these videos to change the way you think, because almost everything you have been taught was designed to program you to stop thinking critically and accept everything you are told as truth without question. Behold Jerusalem was Graham K. Griffiths' 2004 publication of the giant landscape zodiacal images that he saw in the coastline of the British Isles. As a child, like Graham, I personally spent many happy hours looking back at the faces that were staring out of me from the atlas pages of the Encyclopaedia Britannica. Graham's childhood memories of his own Reader's Digest atlas and the coastal giants he found within its pages were reanimated for him around 30 years later, when he recognised the images making up the Glastonbury Zodiac as the same giants within the coastline. Graham's interpretation was based upon his education, religious beliefs, and the propaganda we have all been told to believe is truth. My 2020 vision was restored in 2020 with the realisation that not everything we were being told was as it seemed. This video was intended to be the last in my current series, The Antidote to Tyranny, but it's clear that I'm going to have to break this down into manageable chunks. The majority of this series was written and recorded in 2023, with my hopes that I would be able to finalise and in my interpretation of the Scottish coastline before the summer of 2024, and therefore complete the series then. In May 2024, about a week before I was due to give a talk to the New Horizons group based in Lytham between Preston and Blackpool, I finally realised what I had been staring at for the past 50 years. Unfortunately, within 2 weeks of doing this presentation, I found myself in hospital with a suspected acute pancreatitis. 10 months on from then, and after life-saving surgery to stop an uncontrollable hemorrhage into a pancreatic pseudocyst, I now feel a little more in tune with the world and I'm able to move forward with my journey of rediscovery. Unfortunately, within this period, I was not the only one to be suffering or knocking at death's door. And although I was refused entry, my dear friend crossed the threshold, as did Graham, whose work had set me on the current path of my life's journey. I feel a great connection to Graham as I followed his path he had kindly illustrated and illuminated over 20 years ago within the pages of his seminal work. I've literally let the universe guide me beyond Graham's plotted course, using the time-honoured tradition of using the stars for reference and guide. Graham had, I'm sure, mixed emotions over my running with his gauntlet, and it's been no easy task. Sometimes I feel like I've just been asked to play the cursed role of Superman, or to step into Howard Carter's shoes to open the tomb of Tutankhamun, only finding out, after opening the door and stepping inside, that there was a curse placed upon anyone who entered. I do believe Graham's courage to publish his findings should be inspiration to us all, and I will be eternally grateful that he did, causing a sequence of sparks to fire off within my brain. That has ultimately led us all to this point today. Although maybe Graham felt, as I do, that the exposure of this truth is our duty, and we embrace it wholeheartedly to the best of our abilities. Maybe I was forced to suffer the past year to get to this point. And as with Douglas Adams' deep thought answer 42, maybe the phrase antidote to political and religious tyranny was my answer in search of its own ultimate question, a question I hadn't truly considered. The evidence suggests that the information was once known openly. So the question should ask, why has this truth been removed from public consciousness? When was it removed, and by whom? It's obvious to me that this answer is far greater than the catchy little tagline that became this series' title. The answer has to be the ultimate question to life, the universe, and everything, especially if we consider that there is no such thing as a coincidence, and it's not by accident that you are here listening to me prattling on about some mad conspiracy. A conspiracy that your education taught you to ignore, the evidence of which is so large that you will never understand how you never noticed it before. The evidence is older than the hills themselves, and its truth will ultimately free us all. And that's the point I'm trying to get you all to see. The conspiracy of your education. It is so ingrained into you that you cannot see beyond it, around it, under it, over it, and you even lie to yourself to defend it. Everything you thought you knew is a lie, and the British Isles is all the evidence you need to say that history, geology, and even your religious education are nothing more than a fiction. It's virtually impossible to prove any historical fact over 150 years old, yet you constantly defend it all as factually correct, with absolutely no evidence other than hearsay. And when you consider the facts, and once you fully understand that all currencies, either held electronically or as physical cash, are nothing more than the shackles of your enslavement to the tyrannical tax system, and that all property is theft, then and only then will you be free from the illusion of power you believe they hold over you, because there is no way that less than 1% of the population could control over 99% without the illusion of control. So I say it again, I am making these videos to change the way you think, because almost everything you have been taught was designed to program you to stop thinking critically and accept everything you are told as truth without question. And that's probably enough to blow your mind for now. Maybe. So if you've truly understood what I have just said, your mind should be blown away if you haven't understood it previously. So I'm going to let you share this video and talk about it with your friends until you fully understand what it is I'm trying to say. And I'll see you again soon, hopefully, with the question to my answer. The antidote to political and religious tyranny. And there you go, for now at least. And I'll leave you with the images of Graham's work. Let me know if you'd like a copy of Graham's book or a copy of mine. I'll try and put the links into Graham's daughter's Etsy page. Graham's daughters still have a few copies and are selling them through Etsy. My book's available on eBay. and any and all support is gratefully appreciated. So please like and share this video. I do have a Patreon page, the link is in the description of this video. I do have 2 subscribers now. Thank you very much, and I do appreciate your continued support. So for now, please appreciate Graham's work. I do believe it's truly seminal, and I look forward to showing you my images of Scotland in the next few videos.